What's up everybody, Jaxxsin here, and today I want to talk about Doom, and the Doom beta more specifically, and my experience with it. Did it sell me on it, whatnot, the PvP, because there was no story. It was two maps, PvP. They had Team Deathmatch and Warpath, this new mode that they didn't have last time. Anyway, before I get into any of that, I gotta give a huge shout out to my buddy Tyler, without whom these poor people wouldn't have experienced death at my hands. Thanks for the code, bro. Super appreciate it. Fucking had a blast with it. I'm sorry we couldn't connect. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I've played this before. He gave me a code for the first round, and so I'd played it, but it was just this map, the Meltdown map. It was just Team Deathmatch. There was limited guns, limited abilities, stuff like that. Now, this time around, the first time around, it didn't necessarily sell me completely, but it definitely had me interested, a lot. Because I really super enjoy the gunplay, I super enjoy there's no sprint, it's just sort of floaty, it feels like old school. I'll just say it, I hate to be that guy, but this feels old school. There's no aim down the sights, and if you're used to aiming down the sights, you're going to get your ass kicked in this game because there's not a lot of that. There are a few weapons that you can aim down the sights. Let me get into the weapons. There's all sorts of cool. As you can see from these videos, I'm mainly a shotgun guy. I love the shotgun in this game. It is so fucking fun, dude. The shotgun melee combo, dude. This is what I do. I like alternating that with the plasma rifle, which is, your shotgun's pretty standard. It's 2-shot, boom, boom, reload, boom, reload, boom, reload, super standard shotgun. The other gun I use is the plasma rifle, and this just shoots a never-ending stream of plasma balls at your enemy, and you can also hold L2, and it'll shoot kind of like a grenade on the ground that'll do an area of an effect, which I use mainly for my shotgun fights. If I'm in an area, it kind of helps you control the ground. Force them to move where you want them to move and stay away from where you want them to stay away from. So those are the weapons I found the most useful. But on top of that, there's a heavy machine gun, which is basically just it's an automatic machine gun, pretty much. You can aim down its sights. And forgive me if I leave any out, guys. Like I said, I stuck mostly to the shotgun and the plasma rifle. They did it for me, so I didn't really feel the need to experience with too many other things. The new this time around was the lightning gun. I did play with that a little bit. My little brother liked it a lot too. And that's what that guy was just using. It just sprays a constant stream of lightning that you never have to reload, and it'll just chew through them, you know what I mean? It's just kind of like low DPS but steady DPS, and if you can outmaneuver them, you can actually get. There was several people that I was playing against online that were very proficient with this electric gun. So you can, and that's another thing I really liked about this game, is there was definitely a skill gap, and it could be felt. I always generally did very well in this game, because I'm better at this kind of style, the just from the hip fucking running around, no sprint. I'm just better at positioning myself on the map and knowing where pickups are and stuff. So there was a skill gap, and there were people that were even better than it at me, that, I could tell they were better at it than me, because they weren't just, it's like COD, okay? This is my perfect example, COD Online, right? This is I'm not a typical, huge fan of PvP shooting, okay? And this is why, is because, I feel like 90% of the time it's just luck. Who gets that kill is just luck. In COD, you come around the corner and you see someone, big whoop, you saw them first, so obviously you will kill them, right? That you just go around a corner and all of a sudden you're dead because some guy is just laying there shooting in one spot, you know what I mean? Because he knows that's where traffic's gonna be. And there never felt like, when I got killed in this game, I never felt like it was luck. I felt like I had just got straight outplayed, you know what I mean? I never felt like, oh, what a lucky prick, or what a campy son of a bitch. There was never these sort of fucking feelings. Right, and those are usually the feelings that when I'm playing Call of Duty, or any shooter, fucking mainstream, whatever I'm playing, Battlefield, Battlefront, whatever, okay, Planet Side, there's this point where I'm like, nope, don't fucking care, and I stop playing, because I'm not getting outplayed because they're better than me. I'm getting outplayed because their positioning is better than mine. right? And so I try to outposition them, but inevitably you just get killed, because you're going after campers and they're just sitting there and you're shooting you right as you come around the turn. There's nothing you can do. His friend's covering the other door with a shotgun, you know what I mean? Annoying shit. And I never felt that in this. So I never hit this point where, I mean, I did eventually, because I can't sit and play shooters for as long as I can play like other stuff, like RPGs or games like that, you know. I hit a break after 2 or 3 hours where I'm just like, okay, I'm done, you know. It's been long. I've played a lot, you know. But 2 or 3 hours for me to be playing this without a friend, just like by myself, that's amazing. To be playing a 6v6 playlist. Like, I don't fucking do that shit for 3 hours. Maybe an hour by myself tops, 2 hours tops, you know. 5 matches, I'm done. I've had my fill of it. You know what I mean? And I'm done. This wasn't like that. This kept me constantly engaged. I loved everything about the shooting, everything about the gunplay. I mean, like I said, I mean, this game sold me on this game. This round, the first round had me very interested. This latest round of the beta has me sold. Like, I will be buying Doom. This game will be being bought. Okay? And that's just based on the PvP, which I'm not a huge fan of fucking shooting PvPs, right? 6v6 playlists especially, not a huge fan. Don't play them a whole lot. But just on that, if this game was just the PvP, I would be buying it. But there's also the story mode. Now, one thing, my little gripe I have is I wish they would have included something in the story. Like maybe just one mission, or just give me like, you know, a track, maybe like a survival mode, like just something so I could see how the enemy AI felt. But that completely aside, I'm still sold, right? And I'm more interested in the story mode in this game than I am the PvP mode. I always have been. I want to see the Doom story, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm interested in with Doom as a whole, period, in my past, from the, you know, was the story. I always fucking enjoyed like the crazy fucking random Nazi zombie fucking demon shit, you know what I mean? And so like to me, and like Wolfenstein and all those, like to me it's more about the campaigns and less about the multiplayer. I never got into the multiplayer. Now, this game, though, however, sold me on the multiplayer. I fucking had such a good time on this. And they had this new map as well that was very fun. They, you know, it's got such a sexy design. There's such a great amount of, like, variety on... More in this one. The Meltdown felt like up-close weapons were going to be dominating mostly. This one, there's a little more room. Like, as you can see, there's this whole back area with the demon, like, just the demon skull up there and, like, the pentagram, dude. Like, it's very crazy Doom style. You know what I mean? Like, it's got that Doom style for sure. And they do it very well. ID are kicking the shit out of this game. That's all I'm going to say. ID are fucking laying down the law, dude. This is... I feel like they're delivering what all the fans wanted but didn't know they wanted. And I've heard complaints about pickups and things like that. Like, it doesn't feel like Doom because there's the demon and the, you know, that you can, because there's this demon rune that you can pick up and you can actually become a demon. Super heavy mini boss for your team. Basically one shot any enemy player. You know what I mean? And so your team has this opportunity, if they have it, to kind of rally behind it and do a great push. If your team doesn't have it, you also have an opportunity to group together and drop this demon and steal it for your team. You know what I mean? And so there's just all these sort of awesome opportunities that this like adds to it. Just this, it feels like the heroes in Battlefront. You know what I mean? The hero drops. It's definitely like that as well, where it's completely random on the map, the spawn, and it's the problem with that, I feel like, and I don't know if this is true, and I don't know if this is gospel, so don't quote me on this, but I feel like this is just a general feeling I had. I felt like the demon rune was usually spawning near the enemy, or the spawn point of whoever was doing the least, like, points in the match, right? So, like, if we were dominating them, I felt like whenever that dropped, it was always one of them that got it. Now, I don't know if that's just because they were prepared for it or whatnot, but I feel like that's not it, because like I said, we were wrecking them, kicking their asses, but for some reason, every time this demon rune came up, the other team would get it, right? And so, I was curious if maybe if they put that in there so that it would, like, you know, appeal more to the casuals, like, oh, well, we're losing, but it doesn't matter, because look, boom, the rune spawned right where near I had spawned, you know, and that was the thing about it. And I had a couple of matches where were losing, where I would get killed, and I would literally spawn me in front of the fucking rune that was about to drop, and all I had to do was run forward on top of it, and I got the demon transformation, right? So I just got my ass kicked dead, you know, and then all of a sudden I've got the demon rune because my team was losing. I felt like that's really what was happening. I don't know if that's true, but I see it as like, you know, as an incentive for players who are less skilled, so that if they get in that situation where their team is losing their asses off, and instead of driving those players away, they throw them a cookie in the form of like this demon rune pickup that is more likely to spawn on the side of that's losing. I don't know if it is though, like I said, that's just an impression I had that I didn't much care for. I think it should be random or honestly skill based. I feel like maybe like top player gets it and maybe have it last a little bit longer, so there's more of an opportunity for the enemy team to focus down this boss and still it, so that if they do finally still it, they don't get hosed with like, you know, a 3-4 second spawn with the demon, because like the demon does not last way long time. Like I think it lasts like a minute and a half, maybe 2. I'm not entirely sure on that. You'd probably have to fact check that. But the thing about it is that by the time you finally kill them, like get their demon down and you're able to kill their demon and claim it, you're looking at like maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds max of time with that. And that could get you several kills, don't get me wrong, but maybe have it refresh. Like, so like my ideal, the way I would like it to work, and this is just my stoner ass fucking trailing into it while I'm playing it. I would like whoever's first in the lobby to get the thing, right? They automatically get it. It's theirs. They're first. They want it. They earned it. Okay, so you give it to them. Then from there, you have it so that if that player is killed and the enemy team picks it up, it completely refreshes the timer. So your team gets a brand new demon pickup essentially, right? Now from that point on, if the enemy team, whoever you got it first, if they kill you, the timer continually ticks down, you know what I mean? And then eventually it goes away. And then, you know, but that, I feel like that would be a better way to spice it up with like team play. And I felt like there was like kind of like an overall sense of like, you could see who was in groups because there were people who were working together, and those people were generally doing a lot better than the crazy single individuals that were just kind of running around hoping for some help with the team play. But then there were really good people that like you could just tell, I mean, they would see you at a battle or something and they would come and immediately get your back, or, you know, get revenge for you after you died at the least, you know, and they just kind of, they help you out. They do, you know, there's this opportunity, just, you could see the skill gap. That's the most important thing. And like, irregardless of the demon room, I really don't care, because I feel like it can definitely help sway the battle. But if you're on a trash team and you're a trash player and you just happen to get it spawned on your side because you're doing badly, I feel like you're still not going to be able to come back like completely off of just 1 demon rune, 2 demon rune. You're going to need like a lot of help, essentially, is the way I feel like it. You know, you're still going to have to play well. You're still going to have to coordinate with your teammates. You're still going to have to, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to make it work on a team level. Otherwise, you're just going to die. Anyway, so those are just, you know, a few of my thoughts and impressions. But, I mean, legitimately, as you guys can tell from the video, like, it looks really good. The level design is really good. There were some texture load-in problems, but I mean, this is like way beta, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And plus there's like, I don't know how on the graphical side of it, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the way it looked. Okay, it didn't look too like crazy, like Battlefront impressive, you know what I mean? But it felt right with how it felt with the gameplay, if that makes sense. Like, the way it looked just felt right, like it was the way it should feel. I don't know, that's just my opinion on it. I don't have a way crazy good eye for graphics, but this looks really good to me, and it sounded really well. I like the way it sounded. I mean, like, when you get these glory kills and you just grab someone's head and bust it over your knee and you'd hear this satisfying crunch in your headset and you're just like, oh man, it's just one of the most gratifying things you can do is get those glory kills. I don't know what it is about those things, but they got me hooked. I was like, just constantly, I wanted to shotgun and melee, get one of those, and sometimes they were super inconvenient though. Sometimes you would literally be getting one on someone that you didn't want it on because you were battling two people, and you had whittled them both down that you could almost have won the fight. But when you went to melee the first guy to kill him, it procced the glory kill, and so the other dude was able to just kill you and save his friend. So like, they're inconvenient, but at the same time they're fucking very satisfying when you land them. So it's one of those double-edged sword situations. As far as like the combat, like everything about this game, it just reminded me of Unreal Tournament a lot. I played that a lot on my first PC we got. I had gotten it from a friend, and I enjoyed the shit out of it, and that's what this reminded me of. There was also, I can't even remember the name of it, I'd have to ask my brother, but there was a game we used to play. Our friend's dad opened up like an internet cafe for gaming PCs and whatnot. Basically, you'd go there, you'd give them money, they would allow a certain amount of time on your account for that money, and you could play their PCs and all their games that they had on them. And I played a lot of Counter-Strike there, but we used to play another game there, I can't remember. It had a bigger jump than this, a much larger jump than this, but this felt very similar to that. It just felt old school, man. It felt from that period of, I don't know, where there was no ADS, you know, like Halo style, you know, like it just felt like that type, you know, like I said, I spent this whole game, like I never aimed down my sights. I just never did it. I was using a shotgun and a plasma rifle, and on both of those, it's not, you know, you can't even do it. And I just love the from the hip shooting. I love the floaty style of like, you know, and the mobility. They add this whole, it's like, okay, it's not like Black Ops run up walls shit or fucking, you know what I mean? It's just, there's this simple little double jump and it adds a whole area, like platforming element to the game. You know what I mean? It just gives you so many things that you can do, and I can't explain it. There's like secondaries so far. There's one that's like siphons. There's one that, you know, like the movement is very limited, but it's just like with all of these combinations, I don't know. I'm hyped about it, guys, and I'm having trouble explaining how it was, and I really want to get it across of how fun it was so more people will get this game. Definitely check this game out, dude. I'm serious. This game is definitely worth your time. If you like Halo, old school, like Unreal Tournament style fucking, you know, shooters, you will, I mean, even Doom, Granddaddy, you know, like, just, if you love these type of games, this new Doom will not disappoint. This new Doom is doing everything about that style of gaming justice. This is a very old school feeling game. It, you know, the combat feels fair. It feels like there's definite skill gap. You know, you can tell when you're better than someone or when someone's better than you. It's not just lucky bullshit, which just frustrates you and leaves you fucking angry and not wanting to play anymore. You know what I mean? At least that's how I am. I never felt that way. I basically just stopped playing because all of my friends wanted me to go play other things. You know, like I got a group on the weekends, we play Smite, and so, you know, they wanted to play, and, you know, this game had me interested, you know. I just felt like, I felt, the only disappointment I felt with this game was when they shut off the servers. Alright, that's the only time I was like, oh, I was just going in after I shotgunned that guy in the face, and I was gonna grab his head and put it down on my knee and fuck glory kill him. No, servers cut out. Fuck. That was the only time I felt sad, dude. That was the only disappointment I felt with this experience. And once again, Tyler, thank you so much for sharing this with me, man, and getting me that code. That's fucking awesome of you. I was just all weekend just jamming Doom and having a blast, man. This is definitely a purchase that I will be making. I will definitely be doing a critique and review on the campaign because I'm really interested to see how it pans out. I hope that it turns out whatever. I shot you, you son of a bitch. I remember that. Anyway, I hope it pans out. I hope it ends up being like as fun and entertaining as this, because then I'm gonna have two elements. And from what I understand, my buddy Cockalorum was saying they're gonna add, you know, you're gonna be able to do custom games. You're gonna be able to, there's gonna be a map editor supposedly. Like, apparently this game is gonna be the shit, and it's definitely worth your time. It's definitely worth checking out. I would recommend it highly. You know what I mean? Even if you enjoy like Borderlands, you're gonna like this game. All right, this game feels fucking amazing. Amazing. All right, and I mean, there's all sorts of fucking weapons. There's all sorts of, you know, I didn't go over it all very well. I'm kind of a stoner ass, and I just wanted to talk about the experience more than like the actual specs. The actual specs, they all look good. They're all fun. There's an upgrade system. There's a fucking, you know, there's a level up system. There's a customization, you know, options out the ass for your character. And I'm sure those will be more, you know, in depth when the game releases. I don't know if they're gonna have like microtransactions, like COD points or whatever the fuck. I don't know, man. Frankly, it wouldn't matter. It would never take away from your gameplay experience. It would just add flavor to your character. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys check this game out and play it. It's definitely worth checking out, guys. Keep your eye on this one for sure. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a good time. Love you guys. Talk to y'all later.